We are back with another episode. And as I mentioned, Karthik will explain regarding what is the vision and mission of a particular business, because it provides the long term direction as well as the short term process which the organization will be going through. And it is very, very important because to the outside world, the entire business community with which we are dealing as a business house or a business person, they know what is our objective with which we are running the organization. And that clarity is very important. And it should be both in letter and spirit. As we say, it has to be followed because that will convey a very loud and clear message to the entire, our stakeholders with whom we have been dealing. And now I'll hand over to Karthik. He will explain in detail what it is.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Chaitanya Shah, my friend. Today we are going to speak on vision and mission, which applies to everybody. Could be in the SME, could be in MSME, or could be a large organization. Not better, it is important that every organization, whether small or big, has a vision and a mission statement. Now, the first reaction that any SME owner who were to listen to this video would say, "Arey, we are busy with so many compliances, right from the factory inspector to the boiler inspector to the labor inspector to pollution inspector to GST. Where is the time to get into vision and mission? All those are meant for all MNCs and FMCGs. We don't have time, and I don't know whether it serves any purpose." We would say that it does serve a purpose. It is necessary. It is essential. If it is essential, then the question is, how do we sort of coin it? And is it necessary to coin it? As Chaitanya said, it is necessary to coin it because a vision and a mission statement would indicate to the outside world, any stakeholder, anybody who deals with the organization, as to the vision of the owner, the vision of the organization, and the mission with which it is carrying out. So therefore, it is essential. Now the question is, how do you go about doing it? It's very simple. I think first you need to understand the distinction between a vision and a mission. Both are different. Sometimes both are interchanged and maybe misunderstood between the two. Let me read something that would be of interest. A vision statement and a mission statement are two different statements. They serve distinct purposes. A vision statement outlines an organization's aspiration for the future. So a vision is an aspiration. It tries to define the aspiration and the future of the organization. So therefore, it is for the long haul. A mission statement is almost like a nut and bolt of the organization, which shows how in the short term it would decide to carry out businesses and the purpose and the values that an organization can have. Now, vision
Karthik,
and mission, yeah.
sorry. If I just put it in very simple terms, vision is the destination which the organization is looking at, and the mission is the journey through which we are going to reach our destination. And that's what I think would explain for
Very true.
simple understanding of our
Very true.
purpose.
Very
Yeah.
true. Now, therefore, it is important that you first know your destination and you also know your journey. So, as Chaitanya rightly said, it is important that you know your destination and you also know your journey. Now, whether you change your vision and mission during the course of your business, well, you may have chance to change it depending upon the intricacies of business that you may have, depending upon the complexity of the business that you face, depending upon the addition of business lines, verticals that you may add. You may want to change your business, you may want to change your mission statement, and you may want to change your vision as well. Now, does it apply to only a category of businesses? No, it applies to everybody. It applies to professionals, it applies to service industry, it applies to manufacturing industry, it applies to a trading setup. So therefore, it applies to everybody. The question is, and the big question is, how do you drop a vision statement? I think a vision statement is a peep into the future, and nobody knows as to what the future is other than the owner himself, other than the lead person of the organization. He has to crystallize his thoughts and he has to sort of pen it down in such a way that it meets the requirement for a few years, at least as Chaitanya said. It tries to reach the destination that you decided for yourself. And mission is something that you may want to change as you go along. Now vision, does it help? Well, it helps in the organization and it helps people from outside. How it helps people in the organization? It helps people in the organization because as people would join, people would live. And there has to be a continuity. While the owner or the boss may remain the guiding link, or maybe the link between the new joinees and the old joinees. What is important is that there is a continuity, and the vision gives that continuity, because that is where a new joinee would be able to tell that this is the organization that he is joining, and this is what he would want to do.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, a vision is essential, and it applies to all categories, all verticals that a business can have. Now, let me read an example of some of the very successful companies in this country. And one of them is Blue Dart, which has been a market leader, and it has given a run of the mill competition to all the express industries in the companies in the country. It says, I'll read a bit of it for you. Their aim is to establish themselves as the industry leader, continuously improving and expanding their services to meet the changing needs of their customers and contributing to the growth and development of the Indian economy. So it's a very wide, very futuristic peep into the future. And that is what Blue Dart has done all along. And that is how it has succeeded. It also has a mission. And the mission is, of course, different, where it says how it will do it, how it will provide services, how it will be the best in class services, how it will ensure that the customer would want to go to. It should be a go-to as far as the customer is concerned for any express, logistics, or aviation need that a customer may have. So therefore, friends, in the SME sector, you may be small or you may be large. You may have aspirations to go large, and it is therefore important that you should have a vision. I'm sure every owner has a vision. It's not as if you start a business without vision. But what is important in our point of view here is that you need to coin it. You need to discuss it, and you need to make it part of your regular discussion within the organization. More so when a new joinee comes in, so that he hits the ground running and he understands what the organization is all about. Because he may not have the time to understand in detail, and before that he may have to go on working, and that may hamper the business. The question is, are small scale people doing it? In our opinion, Chaitanya would support that. It is not a done thing. We are urging here that in whichever way, whichever fashion it is possible, every owner should make an effort to create a vision statement. Chaitanya, would you want to say something?
Yeah, yes, Karthik, I think you have very rightly said. Uh, the vision statement is generally spelling out and crystallizing the thought process of the owner, which will provide, he himself knows about it. But by spelling it out, he is making it very clear and provides a direction for the whole organization and sends out a very loud and clear message to all the stakeholders. We are sorry that we are taking the word and we are repeating it, stakeholders. But in one of the very near future, we will take up the issue of stakeholders. What is a stakeholder? I think the SME and the MSME, entrepreneurs, they need to understand the stakeholder concept. But as you rightly emphasized, the message should be loud and clear. What is at the back of the mind of the owner, where he wants the organization to be taken, and how he wants to be achieved, where everyone in the organization can chip in with their contribution.
True. Well, somebody may say that, look, I am a small scale guy. My only vision is to make money. I think that is absolutely right. There is no right or wrong vision. What is important is that you should have a vision which is beyond you, which is beyond your own selfish personal issues. It should go beyond. It should go beyond, and it should look at doing something for the area, for the community, for the business that you are doing into. So to that extent, a larger picture, a helicopter view about what you are trying to do and how you are becoming instrumental in that achievement is the important thing which a vision would bring out. And in our view, undoubtedly, 100%, we would believe that a vision statement does help an organization wherever he interacts with any organization, be it a bank, be it an investor, be it sales, be it marketing, wherever. Having said that, we come to the end of this episode. Bye for now.
Good.
Wish
Great.
to contact us, you can contact us at Chaitanya Shah at chshah01@yahoo.co.in and Kartik Pandit at kartik.pandit@gmail.com. See you till then. Thank you. Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.